I'm surprised more people are not talking about this element of the latest Doctor Who episode where it's very clear that Russell T Davies is following people like Nerdrotic and this channel and the like, and actually hanging on our every word. I mean, this is crazy that we have this much influence, and his reaction to it really goes to show just how much these people despise the fans, loathe the fans, and that they think they're just like some pedestal that's better than the fans, and that's why they do what they do. It's really a weird situation, and you would expect that the higher-ups, the bosses at Disney, probably aren't happy with his reactions when you see this kind of thing, because it's extremely unprofessional if you look at it. And we'll get into his motivations and why, and what he's been saying that's contrary to this. Like, he's completely lying about this as well, which is pretty interesting too. Right up until this episode was coming out, he just gave an interview talking about this when it's very clear he pays a lot of attention to what we're saying, and we are influencing this. And so this is going to be the end of Doctor Who, because instead of listening to the fans, these people are going out and intentionally destroying the show. It's very, very weird. All right, let's get into the news as we talk about things Doctor Who and science fiction. Really appreciate you being here. Hit the like and subscribe button and join us, and I hope you enjoy my analysis. I'm a science fiction writer myself, so when I look at this, I look at all this stuff from a writing perspective because I know exactly what I'm doing on this level, and I really would love for you guys to check out my Arishon War trilogy. This is a great book series you'll really love if you like good science fiction with classic characters that builds up into an epic over the 3 books. So check it out. It's in the description below. And it is available on ebook, print, and audio if you would like to partake. And thank you for supporting our channel. We had some great sales over the last few days because of Doctor Who fans like you, and I appreciate you for being here. That's how you treat your audience, right? I mean, thank you. I appreciate you. I listen to your feedback. That's exactly what they should be doing, right? Oh, well, they won't, and we know why. So the latest episode of Doctor Who, if you didn't see it, there were some bizarre elements where they actually referenced hashtag RIP Doctor Who, and this is a still from the scene right here, where Gatwa and Virata Sethu, they pop out of the TV and actually meet Doctor Who fans. You see the Doctor Who logo on the back of the screen. This was in the show just like this. And these fans are like, oh, we know who you are. You're the Doctor and his companion, right? And it's like, what? This latest episode, Lux, had this whole fourth wall breaking scene where it's meant to be some like meta commentary on everything out there. I thought some parts of it were pretty well done. And there was a fun part where, the fans actually, Gatwa asked what their favorite adventure was, and they all said Blink, which is probably true for the most fans. And then he kept prodding them about season 1 episodes. What about the Goblin episode? What about the one where, and all of them said, no, not that one. I liked Blink, right? And so that was some pretty self-deprecating humor, and it, to me, shows that he understands that what he's doing right now is not the best of Doctor Who. That he understands that his writing, he's lost his fastball, he's not doing things the way that he should be at this point. And as a showrunner, it's your one job, Russell T Davies, at this point. When you are aware of that, you hire good writers who are science fiction writers to really push that envelope to get Doctor Who back to where it was. That's what you should have done for this season 2. Instead, what he did was he doubled down, knowing that he was failing on this level, knowing that Doctor Who was failing on the science fiction storytelling level, and he just hired a bunch of gay activists to do more of the same with him. And that's why this is the lowest rated Doctor Who of all time already. I mean, that first episode before this, Planet of the Incels, I mean, it was such a poorly written train wreck. I don't know what they're thinking at this level. So they acknowledge it in the episode when they said this, right? And so what happens as it goes further is one of the characters here, one of the fan characters, is like, we already know what happens and how this ends. And God was like, oh, well, can you tell? And they ask why. And this is the craziest part. Under her breath, real quick, she goes, hashtag RIP Doctor Who. And I sat there and I'm like, whoa, they literally did this, the hashtag RIP Doctor Who. Now, there are several influencers who use this on X, hashtag RIP Doctor Who. We can go show it real quick, hashtag RIP Doctor Who. And we can see who is actually doing this. And you can see it's some people who are some good folk on our side here. And it comes from Nerdrotic. And Nerdrotic was the one who really popularized this beyond anybody else. He actually already reacted to this. He says, LOL, it's canon, which is ridiculous. And, of course, showing Gatwa crying because he knows. He knows that Russell T Davies knows that this is where the fans are at, that they want this to end, that they're done with this, that they hate all this. R.I.P. Doctor Who is a thing, and so he threw it in there. It's kind of a passive-aggressive move if you look at it, but it's showing that he's watching us. He's watching everything that's going on here and seeing that this is what the fans are thinking about all of this right here. They're all watching the ratings, how terrible they are. R.I.P. Doctor Who, you see it. This is what the fans are talking about, and like I said, it shows without a shadow of a doubt that he watches Nerdrotic's X account, that he watches what we're doing here, and that he's reacting to this within the episode. Pretty crazy. Now, this is even weirder because last week he gave an interview on Radio 2, and they asked him about the anti-woke crowd and what's going on with this and if he pays any attention to that. And he said, someone always brings up matters of diversity. And there are online warriors accusing us of diversity and wokeness and involving messages and issues. No, we're not accusing you. You are literally doing it. And you've said you were going to do it. Don't gaslight like we're just not supposed to notice it and just supposed to enjoy it and consume anyway. This is what's like just maddening about this guy and how he does and conducts himself. He tries to blame the fans every single time. We're just accusing them of this stuff. He said, I have no time for this. I don't have a second to bear it because what you might call diversity, I just call an open door. Oh, please clap. So here you go. Obviously, they made casting choices intentionally to upset people, and they've done things within the plot points to upset people. Virata Sethu claimed that Gatwa even told her that we're going to piss people off like that. Like they're very happy about this. And so they know they're intentionally going and pissing people off. And this is where he's lying again, directly. And like, I don't have time for it. I don't have a second to bear it. He's literally putting dialogue of R.I.P. Doctor Who in the episode. He is noticing, he's reacting, he's following, he's hanging on our every freaking word in this stuff. And this is not just here. I've gotten messages from Bad Wolf before. They don't message me now because I think they got the memo they're not supposed to, and you know they were trying to do things. When I first started covering things, like before the first season of this came out, there were rumors out there that Gatwa and Gibson were going to be out very, very soon. Now, obviously, it was going to go through season 2 because it was already filming at the time back then. But Gibson was already out, and they emailed me to tell me specifically, a producer at Bad Wolf, that those rumors were not true, that Gatwa was contracted through 2028 is what they said. And I'm like, what? Well, contracted by who? Because there's no green light for the show through 2028. So that's pretty interesting that these people do watch and they do pay attention and they are listening to what we're saying. And so here's the deal. If you know that this is a problem, Russell T Davies, if you know that the fans hate this and that the fans are reacting poorly to this, and you continue on that path knowing this, you are failing at your job as showrunner. Your job as showrunner is to read the room, figure out how to fix things, and figure out how to get Doctor Who back on track. And if you can't write that yourself, and you know you can't write that yourself, which it appears that's the case with this meta commentary in the Doctor Who episode, then what you do is you hire writers who can do it. You don't hire your little gay friends to try to make another Pride Parade Eurovision episode out of this, which is what nobody wants, which, by the way, they're bragging is the most expensive episode of all time. You know that's going to fail pretty badly. So he is working against the fiduciary interests of the people he's working for. And the people at Disney are funding this. They can't be happy about what's going on here because this is, again, just like the anti-job of a showrunner. This is not what he's supposed to be doing. And so this is why R.I.P. Doctor Who is going to become a reality. It's in the show. He knows it's ending. They've been talking about this. There's no way it's going to get picked up. There's no Christmas special this year. The ratings are at the lowest of all time. I can't even believe how far they dropped for Lux. And this is kind of crazy that he's actually acknowledging it with dialogue of the show and just acknowledging what we're saying on X and showing that he's literally sitting around watching all of our accounts. Very crazy stuff. Hi, Russell, by the way. Interesting on this level because as much as they say they don't have time for it, they don't care, they clearly do care. It clearly means a big thing to them. And here's the deal. All you have to do is just stop with the nonsense. Stop putting in crap like Planet of the Incels. Stop putting in crap where, she's lecturing the doctor on, he shouldn't be bothering her because she's a strong woman and the like. That type of crap is just like so tired. We don't want this in our science fiction at this juncture. Go back to writing some fun stuff again. And, maybe you'll find that the audience is there for it. Leave a comment down below with what you think about this. I think it's it's wild. And obviously paying attention to Nerdrotic, which is a big deal. Hit the like and subscribe button, like I said. Leave a comment, my friends, and grab my Stars Entwined and the full trilogy. The Irrational War is really good. Pick up the whole thing. It builds up so great. This is what science fiction is all about. And Russell, if you need a writer who's competent, call me.